Well, there was once this little girl that lived on the seashore, and the seashore had tall cliffs. The wind blew across the top and down onto the ocean, and the wind was always blowing down silt, dust, dirt, so you could never really look up at the sky because stuff was always getting in your eyes. It was painful, so you always end up looking down at your feet. And the tide was always washing up junk, so you looked down at trash all the time. And so the only really clean place that she could sit and not get stuff rained down upon her or look at trash was in a little sailboat. She had rigged the sail to block the worst of the dirt coming down off the cliffs, and wish things were different. And then one day a parrot came and flew over and landed on the boat. And the parrot said, "It can't last! It can't last!" And the girl thought that was very interesting, but she didn't know what it meant. So day after day she'd go sit in the boat and try not to get stuff in her eyes, and this parrot would join her there and say, "It can't last! It can't last!" And one day an extra particularly strong gust caught those sails that she had put up to keep her from getting stuff into her eyes and washed her straight out to sea. And the sea was angry that day, my friend. And the waves were high, and the boat was racing, and the sails were flapping, and the girl was scared. And the parrot was clutching onto one of the ropes, which they call lines at sea for some strange reason. And the parrot said, "It can't last! It can't last!" And the boat raced and raced through the storm and finally arrived at this wonderful beach where the wind blew up onto the sand, and so the sands were all clean. And oh, look at this great hat. Nothing got in her eyes. She could look up at the sky if she wanted, look down at her feet if she wanted, and everything just seemed wonderful. The wind also kept her boat on the sand, oddly enough. Just pushed it right up onto the sand, and her boat could never wash away now. And she was so happy, and she turned to the bird to see what the bird had to say about this, and the bird went, "Quack! Quack, 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 quack."